Ever wondered what secret vegetables keep Amish gardens thriving when yours struggles? These 15 forgotten veggies survive harsh winters, grow in poor soil, and taste amazing with minimal care. From oyster-flavored roots to plants that improve with frost, these resilient plants might be your garden's missing piece. Salsify. Remarkably able to thrive where other vegetables struggle, salsify delivers a flavor surprisingly similar to oysters when properly cooked. The Amish appreciate this hardiness, especially in communities where prime farmland is limited or expensive. Salsify can remain right in the ground through winter, like having a natural refrigerator under your feet. Amish families often plant salsify in dedicated patches they can access even when snow covers the garden, harvesting just what they need for that day's meals. The only downside to salsify is its stringiness when improperly prepared. The first time someone cooks salsify wrong, it's like trying to eat a sweater that someone accidentally boiled for dinner. Amish cooks have perfected techniques to eliminate this issue. They typically scrub rather than peel the roots, then soak them briefly in lemon water before cooking. This simple step breaks down the fibers that cause stringiness. When slowly roasted with a drizzle of butter and a sprinkle of herbs, salsify transforms into a delicacy. What makes salsify truly special is its ability to survive in poor soil conditions. While tomatoes might sulk and lettuce wilt, salsify continues to grow. For Amish gardeners seeking to maximize their land use, this adaptable vegetable provides reliable nutrition without demanding premium growing conditions. Cardoon. Italian immigrants originally brought cardoon to America, but it was the Amish who preserved it when mainstream agriculture forgot it existed. Looking like celery on steroids, cardoon grows impressive silvery green stalks that can reach 4 feet tall in a good season. Cardoons grow so big that some Amish gardeners have reportedly found lost socks, 3 pencils, and someone's missing glasses hiding in their cardoon patch. Amish gardeners have developed a unique clay tile blanching method for growing the sweetest cardoon possible. By surrounding the plants with terracotta tiles, they create the perfect environment for tender, mild-tasting stalks. This technique isn't written in books. It's passed down through families, with each generation adding their own improvements. The purple thistle-like flowers aren't just beautiful. They're buzzing with importance in Amish gardens. Bees, butterflies, and beneficial insects flock to cardoon blooms, making this forgotten vegetable a powerhouse for pollinating the entire garden. Beyond its garden benefits, cardoon contains cynarin, the same compound found in artichokes that supports healthy liver function and improves digestion. Amish communities have long valued cardoon as both food and medicine, using it to settle stomachs after heavy meals. Preparing cardoon requires some patience. The stalks need to be soaked and parboiled to remove bitterness, but the Amish believe the best foods are worth the wait. Cardamine. For generations, Amish gardeners have watched for cardamine as nature's signal that the soil is ready for planting cool weather crops. This modest plant with tiny leaves is the first wild green to break through the soil as winter retreats. When cardamine shows its face, peas go in their place, goes an old Amish saying. This natural timing method works better than any planting calendar, as it responds to the actual conditions in your specific garden. Look for cardamine's delicate white flowers as your harvesting cue. Once those little blooms appear, you've hit the sweet spot for flavor before bitterness sets in. The Amish harvest quickly during this window, gathering enough for fresh eating and to dry for later use. What makes cardamine particularly valuable is its natural antihistamine properties. Just when spring allergies begin to torment, this humble plant offers relief. Cardamine works so well for allergies that one sneeze in an Amish community will have 3 neighbors showing up at your door with cardamine tea before you can say, "Bless you." Many Amish families make a traditional spring tonic by combining cardamine with dandelion greens and violet flowers, a remedy that predates modern allergy medications. The mild peppery taste brightens up spring salads after a winter of preserved foods. Amish cooks also add chopped cardamine to soups and egg dishes for a nutrient boost. Mayapples. The Amish have valued mayapples for centuries for their unique flavors and traditional medicinal properties. These plants send up distinctive umbrella leaves before most forest plants have stirred from winter sleep, almost magically appearing as snow melts. Every part of this plant is toxic, except for its fully ripened fruit. Walk through an Amish woodland garden in early spring, and you might spot umbrella-shaped leaves emerging from the forest floor. Amish children learn early to appreciate but respect these plants, with rhymes like, "Umbrella leaves hide fruit so sweet, but only yellow ones are safe to eat." The Amish have long used small amounts of mayapple root in traditional healing preparations, particularly for skin conditions. Some Amish healers create special salves containing mayapple for treating certain growths, a practice that modern science has found intriguing, as compounds from mayapple are now used in prescription medications for similar purposes. Unlike most garden plants, mayapples form natural colonies in shady areas. The Amish work with this tendency rather than fighting it, creating woodland garden spaces where mayapples can establish themselves alongside other native plants. Mayapples multiply so quickly that Amish gardeners often say that they should charge them rent for taking over so much garden space. These semi-wild garden spaces require little maintenance while providing both food and medicine. The fruit itself tastes like a tropical surprise, something between mango, passion fruit, and citrus. The only product we'll ever promote on our channel is a book by Claude Davis, a veteran prepper, about 126 superfoods and preservation methods from crisis times like the Great Depression and wartime that are impossible to find elsewhere. We decided to promote his book because we are the last generation able to share these techniques and superfoods to our children or grandchildren. It would be a shame to see this information about highly nutritious foods and preservation methods to survive crises disappear. You can also find a book about herbal remedies from Nicole Apelian on their store. If you're watching this on TV, you can look up our channel, Frugal Solutions, on your phone or tablet and find the books by clicking the link in our channel description or any other video description. Ground cherries. Amish gardeners have grown ground cherries for generations, valuing them for their unique flavor and remarkable versatility. If tomatoes had a sweet, mischievous cousin who showed up to family gatherings wearing a paper lantern costume, that would be ground cherries. Papery husks surround each small fruit, serving as nature's perfect packaging. When ground cherries are ripe, they simply fall to the ground, hence the name, ready to be gathered. Amish children often turn harvesting into a treasure hunt, collecting the husked fruits from beneath the sprawling plants. "You don't pick ground cherries, they tell you when they're ready," an Amish farmer might say. This self-harvesting quality makes them particularly convenient during the busy canning season. What many people don't realize about ground cherries is their impressive vitamin content. With more vitamin C per serving than oranges, these tiny fruits pack a powerful nutritional punch. Ground cherries have so much vitamin C that an Amish grandmother claimed eating them is why her 90-year-old husband still has all his teeth, both of them. The Amish appreciate this aspect, especially for boosting winter immunity when fresh fruits are scarce. Another benefit that keeps ground cherries in Amish gardens? Pest resistance. While tomatoes might be devastated by hornworms or blight, ground cherries typically sail through the growing season with minimal problems. Skirret. Before carrots dominated our vegetable drawers, skirret reigned supreme in medieval and colonial gardens, maintaining its foothold in Amish communities while disappearing from mainstream agriculture. Clusters of finger-like roots make harvesting significantly easier. Unlike carrots with their single taproot, you can literally pull up a handful of sweet, starchy goodness with one tug. For Amish families with many mouths to feed and limited time, this efficiency matters. The flavor is what truly sets skirret apart. Imagine a sweet parsnip crossed with the crisp texture of water chestnuts when cooked properly. An Amish grandfather might say, "Store-bought carrots can't compare once you've had skirret from your own garden." A fascinating Amish cooking technique involves pairing skirret with meadow-sweet herbs, which enhances the natural sweetness of the roots. Skirret is so easy to grow that Amish gardeners say even people who can kill a plastic plant could successfully grow it. This combination dates back centuries, but remains relevant in modern Amish kitchens. Skirret also fits perfectly with the Amish value of sustainability. Once established, a skirret patch can produce for years with minimal intervention. The white flowers attract beneficial insects, and the plants require less water than many modern vegetables. Parsnips. The Amish have selected parsnip varieties specifically for extreme cold hardiness, ensuring sweet harvests even after bitter winters. Most vegetables suffer in cold weather, but parsnips actually improve, converting their starches to sugars when temperatures drop. Frost transforms these roots into nature's candy, a phenomenon Amish gardeners have appreciated for generations. Many Americans have forgotten that parsnip pie was once more common than pumpkin pie on holiday tables. Parsnip pie was so popular back in the day that pumpkins would sit in fields wondering what they did wrong, the original vegetable identity crisis. In traditional Amish communities, however, this sweet spice delicacy remains a special treat. The first parsnip pie of winter brings more smiles than any store-bought cake ever could, as one Amish grandmother puts it. The Amish value parsnips not just for their flavor, but also for their practical benefits. These roots can remain in the ground throughout winter, providing fresh food when other vegetables are long gone. This natural storage method perfectly aligns with the Amish emphasis on self-sufficiency and reduced dependence on modern storage technologies. Particularly interesting are the ancient parsnip varieties preserved in some Amish communities that contain compounds believed to improve night vision. While modern science hasn't fully explored this connection, Amish folklore maintains that regularly eating parsnips helps maintain good eyesight into old age. Yacon. When Amish communities sought to diversify their crops for better food security, they embraced yacon, a South American tuber that looks like a potato but eats like a fruit. This unusual vegetable creates a striking presence in gardens, with impressive 6-foot-tall plants crowned with daisy-like flowers hiding edible roots developing below ground. What makes yacon truly special is its crisp, sweet texture when eaten raw. Unlike most root vegetables that require cooking, yacon can be sliced into salads or eaten out of hand like an apple. Amish children often grab freshly washed yacon slices as snacks while helping with harvest. Yacon contains special FOS sugars, fructooligosaccharides, that don't raise blood sugar levels and actually support healthy gut bacteria. This makes it valuable for Amish community members managing blood sugar concerns. God put medicine in our gardens, one Amish farmer noted, and yacon is some of the sweetest medicine there is. The Amish value crops that serve multiple purposes, and yacon delivers. Yacon plants grow so tall that when birds fly into them by mistake, they pause to apologize for hitting what they thought was a small tree. Beyond its edible roots, the tall plants create effective summer shade for heat-sensitive crops growing nearby. After harvest, the abundant leaves make excellent compost material or livestock fodder. Storage is another benefit. Properly cured yacon tubers actually get sweeter during storage and can last through several months of winter when kept in cool, dark conditions. Celeriac, celery root. Amish families know that celeriac's homely appearance hides its true value. Under that gnarly, knobbed exterior lies a sophisticated flavor that Amish cooks have treasured for generations. Celeriac is so ugly that when it first showed up at a county fair, 3 people tried to report it as an unidentified alien life form. While modern shoppers might pass by this ugly duckling of the vegetable world, the Amish have long recognized its worth. The Amish appreciation for celery root stems partly from its remarkable storage capabilities. Long before refrigeration, Amish communities needed vegetables that would last through winter without spoiling. Celeriac answers this need perfectly, remaining crisp and flavorful for months when kept in cool, slightly damp conditions. Beyond practicality, celeriac brings sophisticated flavor to winter meals when fresh options are limited. Its celery-like taste adds complexity to soups and stews, but with a richer, nuttier quality than regular celery stalks. Many Amish families preserve the abundance by fermenting celeriac, creating tangy additions to winter meals that support gut health. What many don't realize is that celeriac contains powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that feature prominently in Amish folk remedies. Traditional preparations include celeriac tea for joint discomfort and poultices made from grated root for skin irritations. In Amish kitchens, nothing goes to waste. Even celeriac's few small leaves are dried and used as seasoning throughout winter. Lovage. Amish gardeners value lovage's efficiency, often placing it at the edge of kitchen gardens where its height won't shade other plants. Standing tall at 6 feet or more, this plant delivers flavor from roots to seeds with minimal effort. Plant it once, and you'll harvest for years. Every part of this plant earns its garden space. The celery-flavored leaves enhance soups and stews, while the hollow stems serve a unique purpose that delights Amish children and adults alike. These natural straws impart a gentle flavor to tomato-based drinks, making even plain tomato juice feel special. Lovage grows so abundantly that one Amish gardener planted it next to his porch and now enters his house through the second-floor window because the front door disappeared under all the greenery. During times when trade was limited, Amish communities relied on lovage seeds as a pepper substitute. The seeds, when dried and ground, provide a warming spice that bridges the gap between celery and black pepper flavors. This self-sufficiency aspect of lovage aligns perfectly with Amish values of independence from outside resources. Perhaps the most unusual use appears in Amish medicinal traditions, where lovage roots are sometimes candied similar to angelica. These sweet treats aren't just for pleasure. They're taken to ease digestive discomfort and reduce water retention. The candy medicine combination makes them especially popular with children. In late summer, lovage's umbrella-shaped flower clusters attract beneficial insects that help control garden pests. Amaranth. The Aztecs prized this versatile plant for ceremonies and daily sustenance, and today, Amish gardeners keep this tradition alive in their colorful gardens. Ancient civilizations considered amaranth sacred long before modern superfoods became trendy. The entire amaranth plant provides nutrition. Nothing goes to waste. Young leaves make vitamin-rich greens for early spring salads, while mature seeds harvest as a complete grain. Amish families often grind these tiny seeds into flour for hearty breads that sustain them through winter months. Standing tall in Amish gardens, amaranth displays striking red or gold plumes that catch the morning sun. These dramatic flowers serve double duty, beautifying the landscape while producing thousands of nutritious seeds. Amaranth seed heads are so densely packed that some Amish gardeners say that they've found 3 missing garden tools and a hat in a single plume. The nutritional profile impresses modern health experts. Amaranth contains complete protein with all essential amino acids and delivers more calcium per serving than milk. This makes it particularly valuable in Amish communities where dairy might be limited. Traditional Amish cooking methods unlock amaranth's full potential. By lightly toasting the seeds before cooking, they develop a delightful nutty flavor that transforms simple porridge into a memorable breakfast. Children particularly enjoy the popped seeds, which resemble tiny popcorn and make nutritious treats. Sorrel. Distinctly lemony and bright, sorrel's flavor comes from natural oxalic acid that creates a tangy zing unlike any other garden green. The first hint of spring brings sorrel's bright green leaves pushing through barely thawed soil in Amish gardens. This perennial green returns faithfully year after year with no replanting needed, a reliable friend after winter's barrenness. Sorrel is so tangy that Amish wisdom says if you eat it before singing in church, even the most tone-deaf person suddenly sounds like an angel. This unique flavor profile makes sorrel perfect for awakening taste buds after months of preserved winter foods. Traditional Amish sorrel soup signals winter's end in many communities. The simple combination of sorrel, potatoes, and broth creates a bowl of sunshine that celebrates spring's arrival. Some families add hard-boiled eggs and cream for extra richness on special occasions. What makes sorrel particularly practical in Amish gardens is its continuous harvest potential. Unlike lettuce that must be completely picked, sorrel leaves can be harvested from the outside while the plant continues growing from the center. This provides fresh greens for months without replanting. Amish gardeners particularly value sorrel's medicinal properties. The vitamin C content rivals citrus fruits, providing immune support during seasonal transitions. Traditional spring tonics often include sorrel to cleanse the body after winter's heavy foods and limited fresh produce. Egyptian walking onions. Instead of spreading by seeds like conventional onions, these peculiar onions produce small bulblets at the top of their stalks. As these topsets grow heavier, they bend the stalk toward the ground where they root themselves, essentially walking across the garden over seasons. They perform a slow-motion botanical dance across Amish gardens. The distinct red-purple coloration makes these onions as decorative as they are useful. Amish gardeners often plant them as borders where their unusual appearance can be appreciated. Some Amish gardeners set up tiny roadway signs next to their Egyptian walking onions warning, "Caution, slow-moving vegetable crossing." Providing year-round flavor makes Egyptian walking onions particularly valuable in Amish cooking. Green shoots provide scallion-like flavor in early spring, mature bulbs harvest in summer, and top sets gather in fall, essentially delivering 3 crops from one planting. Storage couldn't be simpler. The bulbs dry easily and braid together for hanging in kitchen doorways. This traditional Amish storage method requires no electricity or special equipment while keeping onions accessible for daily cooking throughout winter. Many Amish families maintain walking onion patches that originated with their grandparents or even great-grandparents. The plant's self-propagating nature means they continue their journey through generations, connecting modern Amish cooks with ancestors through living garden heritage. Jerusalem artichokes. Native Americans cultivated these nutritious tubers long before European settlers arrived. Despite the confusing name, these vegetables aren't artichokes and have nothing to do with Jerusalem. Amish communities enthusiastically adopted this native crop, recognizing its outstanding productivity and adaptability. Jerusalem artichokes create an impressive living fence when planted along property boundaries. Growing up to 10 feet tall with cheerful yellow flowers, they serve as natural privacy screens and windbreaks that protect more delicate crops. Jerusalem artichokes multiply so enthusiastically that Amish gardeners say they need to get a restraining order to keep them from taking over the chicken coop. Underground, these plants perform their real magic. Knobby tubers multiply abundantly without replanting, producing up to 200 pounds of food from just 10 pounds planted. This extraordinary productivity makes them valuable staples in Amish gardens where self-sufficiency matters. The one notorious drawback? Their digestive effects have earned them unfortunate nicknames not suitable for polite conversation. Amish cooks discovered that roasting with specific herbs like caraway and fennel neutralizes these effects, making them more family-friendly. Harvesting continues throughout winter as needed. Just push aside snow and dig fresh tubers. The Amish appreciate this natural storage system that provides fresh vegetables when gardening isn't possible. Ground nuts. These protein-packed tubers grow on underground vines, producing chains of nutty-flavored nuggets that cook similarly to potatoes. Hidden treasures grow beneath the soil in Amish woodland gardens. Ground nuts, also called American potatoes, sustain Native Americans and early settlers through devastating winters. The remarkable protein content sets ground nuts apart from typical root vegetables. Containing complete protein comparable to beans but growing like potatoes, they provide essential nutrition without requiring fertile garden soil. Amish communities value this dual benefit, especially in areas with challenging growing conditions. Establishing a groundnut patch requires patience but rewards persistence. After the initial planting, harvest can continue for 5 to 7 years without replanting, perfect for Amish families seeking long-term food security with minimal labor investment. Ground nuts are such steady producers that Amish farmers say they're more dependable than the weather forecast, the local gossip, or a teenager's promise to do chores. The nutty, potato-like flavor improves with slow cooking methods favored in traditional Amish kitchens. Simmering with herbs and hearty stews or roasting with fall vegetables brings out their unique taste. Young Amish cooks learn that adding a small amount of maple syrup during roasting enhances the natural nutty qualities. Wild harvested ground nuts once saved early American colonists from starvation. Today's Amish gardeners honor this heritage by maintaining this resilient, nutritious native plant in their diverse food systems. You don't need fancy gardens or perfect soil to grow amazing food. These old-time veggies have fed Amish families for generations because they're naturally tough. They fight off pests, grow in poor dirt, and keep producing even when the weather turns bad. Try planting a few and discover why simple growing methods and hardy plants often work best.